All right, FT fam, Arena Club's going to help us take a look at the stars. So there was an article put out by The Athletic on position player tiers, the top 100 position players, stacking them up with, what does Ohtani, Soto, Judge, Bobby Witt Jr., et cetera look like? Well, all the guys I just mentioned actually are in the top tier, and so is Mookie Betts and Gunnar Henderson. That's it. That was the best of the best position players. So I'm just laying that out right off the jump. We've got lists of the rest, but there's your best of the best. Take a good look at it. So basically, according to them, on the position player side, you have a top 6. Counting to make sure I got that right. Top 6 is right here. 3 of them are shortstops. One, of course, is a DH in Ohtani, who, is a whole nother story. But anyway, there's your 6. Let's show the next tier down, and then we can start to pick through it, because there's also, the best of the best is 1. The MVP contenders is 2. The All-Stars is 3. And steady and solid is 4. These lists get lengthy, but we'll pick some things out. I just want to show the MVP contenders too, so you can see who is not in that top tier. Ronald Acuna Jr., Yordan Alvarez, Elly De La Cruz, Freddie Freeman, Vladdy Jr., Bryce Harper, Lindor, Ketel Marte, Jose Ramirez, Julio Rodriguez, Corey Seager, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Kyle Tucker. That is the next list down that they have. Okay? Let us begin. Todd Father?
Yes, sir.
What do you like? What do you not like?
I like the tier 1. I think that's really good, but I think there's one person that should also be up there in that tier 1, and that's Ronald Acuna Jr. And I think maybe he's tier 2 because of the injuries. I mean, that's the only thing I could really think of, but the guy is, think about what he has done in a year span too, as well, with the opportunities he's given, with the stolen bases, with the home runs, with everything else. He's an absolute beast. When he's healthy, he's one of the best players. I feel like he should be on a tier 1, in my opinion.
I like that. We can add more.
Yeah,
we can add more
we can
to
have
that,
our own list.
To that, and he has an MVP. So shouldn't he be in that tier?
I think sometimes when people put lists together, they're too hard on superstars with injuries. You need to look at where they are in their career.
Sure.
Like Acuna's got plenty of prime years left. He's come back from a knee injury already. Does anybody doubt that he's going to be a superstar again? I don't think so.
Not me.
Are some people concerned that it might not look like that in May or June or even for the first season? Because that was a thing with him last time. Sure, maybe. But is he a first tier guy? Yes.
I would say so.
Is he a 50-30 guy? Like, it's okay if he never steals 70 bases again. It is really okay, people. Like, we're fine. If he goes 50-30, there's going to be another mantle. There's going to be another trophy on his mantle.
Without a doubt.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, I'm going to bring this one up because then, you get to the tier 3, and you've got guys like Corbin Carroll and Alex Bregman. Churio's on there. William Contreras, Matt Olson. Here it is. Cal Raleigh. I'm not going to say every single name. Jaron Duran, who was sick last year. Machado's on here. Trout's on here. Are you guys cool with Elly De La Cruz being in tier 2 and not tier 3? MVP contenders on the list above all of these players. Obviously, I'm bringing this up because I am a fan of Elly. We're going to see him next week in Cincinnati. And if we can, to show Arena Club a little love, we can throw an Elly De La Cruz
that's a gem
card out there, which you can get.
Did you get that
in the gold pack?
I didn't get that one.
I'm waiting for mine, so I will be entering the slab pack mix later today.
Today?
Yes,
today. 1 o'clock, right? It drops?
That's right.
Ooh, it is live.
So thoughts on Elly? Because for me, I know I talked about this last year. At one point, I was like, he should be in the MVP conversation. I felt like you guys were a little hard on me. And yes, other players did emerge. Obviously, Ohtani put a full season together. Lindor definitely had a better year than him. But I felt like he was getting close to that territory. Ketel Marte had a better year than him. But I felt like in the National League, he was getting pretty close. To me, I'm like, I'm not surprised if he wins an MVP starting this season.
That'd be a quick turnaround with the deficiencies that he has. He's so young. He's so young.
What are the deficiencies besides swing and miss, which
go.
has been?
I love this.
That's it. That's
it, right? I'm just
that's
making
a big
sure.
deficiency.
No,
it is.
you
It
said
is
deficiencies.
Yeah, you did say plural, and yes, he's 23 years old. Just wondering what else is wrong.
I mean, deficiencies. It's multiple strikeouts. It's a lot of strikeouts to be able to allow yourself to be an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Is the stolen base going to be valued enough for an MVP candidacy?
No.
Does his defense give him enough to give him that MVP candidacy? If he learns to steal stolen bases, and this is crazy, I'm probably going to get roasted by the Red fan that is watching this show. What if he learns to steal bases? Dave Roberts has come out and said it. Other base stealers have come out and said this guy steals based on his long legs and his speed. When he learns to get jumps and stuff, let's say he gets into the 85 to 90 range, which is a bananas number. I think he's able to do that. And then he puts 30 pumps on it. Now we're talking MVP to wash out his strikeouts that are there, because his strikeouts are not going to allow him to get on base. Every time he strikes out, he cannot steal a base. I know that's pretty easy.
I get what you're saying, though. Get on base as much as possible. Now, this is only year 3 in the bigs, and year 1 wasn't even a full season. Year 1, in just under 100 games, 30% of the time he's on base, okay? 300 on base. Year 2, 339. That's good. That's what you're looking for. That's the improvement.
That is.
Now, can we get the swing and miss down a little bit more? Can we take a few more walks, right? Also, I mean, you guys can speak better to this than I can. He's huge. Sometimes the big dudes take a little bit more time to marinate. Look at how long it took Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge wasn't in the big leagues until, 23 or 4? And wasn't a star until 25, I want to say?
Yes. 2017. Yes, so he would be, 25, I think he was when he was. But anyway, we are nitpicking here.
Yes.
We are not saying he is we're not confusing Elly de Cruz with like a barely in the big leagues guy. We're confusing him with, is he a top 5 player or is he a top 2 player in the league? And those are the deficiencies that will elevate him, and he can do that. Most dudes are in Double-A if they're lucky at 23 years old. The Todd father, were you in the big leagues yet? 26.
Yeah.
You are how many time All-Star?
2.
2-time All. He is an elite player. Could he be an MVP? Yes. It's like when we talk about aces. Certain guys with not enough time in the big leagues might have the stuff, but might not be aces yet.
Okay. Next up that I wanted to ask you is, let's get back to the best of the best list.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you would somewhat rank this list. You don't have to go necessarily 1 through 7, but do you feel like there is even separation within what we're looking at now? Like let's bring up Bobby Witt Jr., for example. I mean, he, in many other years, is an MVP. There was a ridiculous season again there by Mr. Judge, so he falls to second place. Not many flaws in that game right now. Do you feel like Bobby Witt Jr. should be ranked? I'm putting Ohtani in a separate category. Should he be 3 after Judge? And there's the beauty of the card as well.
Sorry, I got lost in the card.
Lost in the auto.
Anyway.
He's actually one of the biggest card collectors in the sport anyway. But where are we at on how we're ranking the top tier right now?
You have to be able to rank it.
Okay, so
Shohei's there. Shohei's there.
That's one.
I think if you're talking about this season, I think Judge may have Bobby for like a split second.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about the rest of their career,
Bobby.
And I wouldn't even really be able to argue with you if you told me Bobby's over Judge, just because this dude is young. He's learning. He was doing stuff last year that most people didn't even see because it was KC. Like what he was doing early in games at bats. Later on, they stopped pitching to him. Now he's going to keep learning how to hit.
Yeah. What position?
Huh?
And what position is he?
Oh, that's the last point. Elite position. Any of these guys that are in an elite position, and it shows you how good Ohtani is because he's DHing and we're still like, okay, he's one because he's also going to throw baseballs. But to me, I think it's Ohtani, Judge, Bobby Witt. I think it goes Juan Soto, Gunnar, and Mookie. This might be the only list that Mookie is number 6 on.
Yeah, that's good. Godfather?
Yeah, for me, but without Ohtani on there, we haven't talked about Soto really that much. Okay. I mean, for me, I got Soto as a top 3 in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I have Ohtani. I have Soto. Then I have Judge. If you want the truth, and I'm going on you know, I know we're talking about position players. You guys are going to say the defense, but I'm a hitter guy, bro. And what he did last year, I mean, can't be unnoticed. So I'm going with those guys as the top 3, and then I would put Mookie, Bobby Witt, then Gunnar Henderson after that. If that's my top tier right there. So yeah, I mean, you can't take away what Juan Soto has been doing. It's been absolutely incredible.
You're placing more emphasis on the bat.
bat.
I'm with you here.
Yeah.
You're definitely, this is going to get posted later, right? And fans are going to go, oh, does Todd not realize that you also have to be able to play your position at an elite level and he's not a speedster on the base pass, whatever. But you're saying, hey, everything's weighted, right? And you're weighting hitting a lot higher and the impact that he makes and how he changes a lineup.
Yeah, and I think you ask anybody, all right, after you get rid of Ohtani, like, who's your next pick in a draft? Well, in my opinion, I'm taking Juan Soto if I'm position player-wise. And that's just me, but the guy's going to absolute drop missiles. He's going to hit the ball. He's going to do really good things for the Mets, as we've seen already. And, you know, after that, you know, you have Aaron Judge doing the same thing, Mookie Betts. Bobby Witt, like you said, dude, he's a star, but he's going to take off, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Age matters too here, right?
Yeah.
That's why Soto's the highest paid player of all time. If you're even just focusing on this year, you're going to put a little more weight on the dude that's in his prime versus a guy that's getting a little up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I would disagree with you on the Mookie Betts, and I would switch your Mookie and your Gunnar. That's what I would switch.
You have Gunnar ahead of Mookie.
I do.
No chance.
He's going to say, have I seen it long enough, right? Because for Gunnar, the breakout, I mean, again, this is a guy who, last year was his first full season?
I would battle you that till the end of earth.
No, he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Candidate 2 years ago.
All right, so last year was his second
season.
His sophomore season. I didn't remember if he got called up right from the jump or whatever.
He's the engine that runs that locomotive.
Mm-hmm. But Mookie's also the leadoff guy too, as well. Well, I'm not.
I agree.
Well, they kind of go back and forth, but seeing what Mookie can do, and he played 2 different positions. Now I'm going back to the defense.
Who's the best athlete on that list of the 6?
Athlete? I'm going Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
I would have to.
That's my number 6, but that's elite people up there.
That is. All right. Anyway, that was fun. Thanks to The Athletic for putting that out there, and thanks to Arena Club for helping us out with all the pretty graphics. Use code FOUL, FOUL, to get yourself 20% off your first slab pack or your first card purchase. If you're waiting for that slab pack to drop like Kratz does, you also can get them now every single day, which makes a big difference. Basically, you can unwrap a pack and not be like, I'm never going to get this big card. They're showing you what you can get in the Grail.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball, the way it should be covered.